Chris Duffin, it's Kabuki Strength Lab. I'm sitting here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chad Aichs. And, yep, that's him. He used to be pretty decent. That's his title.
I used to be big, too,
pretty
but now I'm
decent.
skinny and little.
Now he's skinny and little. But
even my head's small. I can actually wear hats now.
Much better looking, I have to say. So
it was hard to beat my looks.
All right, I'm not going to argue that one.
Fat, I'm a handsome motherfucker, either way you look at it.
So, we've had a chance since you've come out. I think last night we were up late, like, BSing, and I was telling you about, like, the training methods that we're doing, the theories behind it, like what we're doing with our clients, like our elite clients, our clients across the world. This morning we walked through some stuff that is a little different than what you've been used to. So, I mean, you've been at a high level in powerlifting. I mean, you've been to the top. You've worked with some of the best people in the sport. Yeah. You've got physical therapy background. You've got all this stuff. And what have you thought about what you've been presented with so far? I mean, because you got to see kind of the background of like a little bit of behind the scenes stuff of why and how we're doing some of this stuff. And over the last many hours of back and forth and BSing and actually working through some shit. So. Excuse the language.
I really am an introvert. I swear to God, I'm an introvert.
Same here. Nobody believes me.
God. For two introverts, we sure talked a lot.
Practice.
First of all, I'm like utterly, like just so impressed with what you've done in the last year and a half. The way you look at it and the way you think about it. Like I'm in awe of what you started. And like I can't even start to explain like how many different levels. Like you give a shit, you really give a shit, and you aren't just like you ain't gonna do nothing that doesn't have a reason, that doesn't help people, which is huge. That's something this sport needs.
Thanks. And so people don't know a little bit of background that like. You and I spent some time together, hanging out at the compound and actually
knocked me over.
And traveling.
You actually knocked me over.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Did.
I took Chad Aichs out.
Yes, you did.
One of the few people that have done. I'm going to put that on my resume. There was this one time I took out Chad Aichs. It was. Yep. I think I was squatting like 800 something for a triple or something like that, and then I fell over afterwards.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's done, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
But this was, probably about 6 months-ish before, like, I really got this business. Like, I was, we're on, I think we're flying together or something like that, and I was like, I'm thinking about doing this thing now. I've been thinking about it for a while. I think I'm going to take this leap. Yeah. And then, so you knew, like, kind of ahead of time of where I was going, and then saw it all fucking take off, like, really fast.
And then actually coming here and seeing it's like, wow, that's so much growth in such a short time. Yeah.
But what about the concepts and stuff like that we kind of walk through? I mean, how does that relate to, like, your experience, through the years and what you've learned and differences and, like, technique, approach? Like, does that model fit together? Is it, like, dramatically different? Like, just tell me a little bit about...
No, it actually, I would describe it as you took all the stuff I learned to a whole new level. Because there's a lot of it that I already did or I knew, or part of it was like, my back is so tired from benching. and my first thought is, Chad, you dumbass. Like, you were doing whatever you tell everyone else not to do. Like, you got, like, this mundane. You were mundane in your training. You weren't squeezing as hard as you're yelling at people all the time, squeeze harder, and I wasn't doing it. Like,
fundamental, there's always more.
Yes, there's always more, and you always need good people to remind you of what you're not doing. Yep. So there's a lot of the concepts are similar. I mean, even today there's so many things that I already done, but the way you explained it and the way you analyze how you use it is completely different. Like, it's taking it to a whole new level. Like, you didn't tweak my bench setup like that much.
No. But we did a little bench yoga first, though.
Yeah, we did some bench yoga, which was incredible because you took a stretch that I've been teaching people, and I still feel stupid because, like, as soon as you said it, I'm like, like, duh, that's what you do when you bench. Why aren't you doing it here? And why the hell didn't you think of this before, you stupid dumbass? And like, but even that one little thing like changed it. Even doing that, I felt my lats come in, and like when I lay down on the bench, it you know, my brain goes. I got another thought right now.
Yeah.
What about doing? I mean, depending on today, we had an insanely long bench session fixing stuff, but that stretch. What if I did it in the middle? Like if you bench half of it and you do it again.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that works.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like, and then there's some completely new stuff, and then there's some stuff from my physical therapy days that I kind of forgot because I think we kind of talked about this earlier. For me, there's a lot of stuff I did that I didn't think about.
Yeah, I mean,
And
like when I was testing you, I could totally tell your athleticism because you had the tension in the right areas, and the right areas were turned off, and like when we're testing Jesse, I mean, I'm like, let me guess. I like touch his back. I'm like, this is, and you fail in the deadlift this way, and you fail in the squat this way, and because of those indicators tell a lot,
right?
And I can tell it just by feeling the different parts of the body, and so yeah, I can tell right away your athleticism, and even at the point you're 44.
Yeah, 44.
You still have like everything working really well.
Right.
And so yeah, naturally you're doing a lot of stuff like really well.
Yeah, and that I didn't necessarily think about it from a coaching standpoint. I'm not thinking about it to tell the other people when I should have been. And so that's where it's like I think you're taking it to a whole new level and picking up all these minor details. It's kind of like when you first teach someone technique and you're just looking like, I got to get this guy to do these main parts first. And then I can start tweaking little things. And as he gets stronger and stronger, his window for technique gets smaller and smaller.
Yep.
And so like you're just building on it, and you're taking a lot of what I learned in the beginning and just getting more and more and more, building up and up and up. And
that's because that's where I want to be able to take like somebody that's at an elite level and be able to still be able to add some value, not just like we're teaching. I want to be able to teach all levels, and that's critical with.
I mean, I'm almost, like I said a little bit earlier, like this to me, this is like a big point in my lifting career. Even if I never give it 24/7, but I go, okay, here's the time I have to give it. Not going to stop riding my BMX bike, which I know is going to hinder my squat, but at this point, I'm willing to accept that. But I want to get the most I can out of the time I'm going to give to powerlifting. So to me, this is still like, I consider this a pivotal moment in my lifting.
Right.
And I almost feel like the first time I went to a seminar with Dave Tate of Elite FTS, like I'm like jacked. Like I have all these new ideas and new concepts, and I'm already trying to add on to what you're teaching me, and like, I'm just like, dude.
So pretty much solid to say that you're going to be attending a Kabuki Movement System seminar.
Without a doubt.
And on our Movement Systems website,
Without
right?
a doubt, yes. Like I've learned so much stuff, and we ain't even tapped into the squat yet.
No, I'm excited to start rolling with that. Your head's gonna be twirling around again.
Yeah, there's some very big things. I've been watching your videos, and like we talked about today, I admit I'm a hard-headed son of a bitch. But once it gets through the like 2-inch skull, like it's gonna stay there. And I've been watching your videos, and I'm trying to do it at the gym, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, why isn't I'm doing something wrong, or like I'm not getting it?
Well, that's why
even some of that.
That's why I got the KMS website though, because it is so far. Like what I published on YouTube is all the old stuff. That's like been around for a long time, and like this last
and it's
year,
not as just specific.
This not year, I did all the very specific, indexable, and organized. Like because on YouTube, I can, if I wanted to make a video of how to do this, like I've had some short ones, like here's a 30-minute video on how to squat. It's going to be really. If I want to start from beginning to end.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time. Yeah.
So we've built the website to do that, to actually give people the depth and the ability to do it in the right order, or indexable search, or all that stuff. And because it doesn't. The open pieces on YouTube, I couldn't put the system, because it's a system.
Right.
It's not this little trick or that little trick.
Right.
It is a system. It's
together.
A system that has to work together, and that's why sometimes it's like you reach a stalling point because you've got 3 of the 5 things in place.
Right.
And it's just 2 little simple things, and all of a sudden boom, there it is.
Yeah. So well, that's one of the great things about your system is that, it is all that. It's like all this stuff stacking up, and you start with a really solid foundation, which a lot of people don't. And like this, we need to do this first, and then we're gonna add this,
Yep.
and by the time you get all these, you're gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and that's the point, and that's why I like gave up a while ago. Like I still put stuff on the public YouTube, but like you can't YouTube a system.
Right. Yeah, there's too much.
doesn't.
There's just too much information.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like a huge fan. Even the people that are on the Movement Systems website, like taking the step to attending a seminar will like blow people.
Oh, there's no
Yeah.
if you're on the website and you haven't gone to a seminar, you're nuts. Because I especially know, like with me, I'm not a book learner. I'm not even really a classroom learner. I'm a hands-on learner. And you can watch the video, but if you have you or one of your coaches going, squeeze here, hit this, and do this, and then you kind of get there and you're like, holy like, shit.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level, man.
Which is another thing. I almost started laughing when you were on my bench because I'm like, so this is what it's like for the people I'm yelling at. I am tight, damn it, leave me alone. Okay, wait a minute. No, I'm not because I just got tired.
Yep, that's good times.
It's good for me. I can
see you just laughing when I was yelling at Jesse today too.
Oh yeah, it's funny. Yeah. As much as I hate school and books, I love learning, and I especially love learning about strength and like to just be relearning more shit now.
Well, I really appreciate your excitement and your openness to like digest the stuff, because I can tell as soon as you digest it, you're like, but right up front, you're like, whoa.
Well, I'm the first to. I think today I went, wait a minute, because I'm going to tell you right now, this is what I've done for 15 years. and I go, you're going to have to convince me. And you did convince me. Like, I'm like, okay. Like, and then you could probably see me, like, part of it.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about the abdominal wall, and you talked about basically like a balloon, and I went, oh, well, how can I argue? That makes sense. How can I argue with that? Even though it's not what I did for 15 years, like, that's so fucking logical. How can I can't argue with that. And then you start explaining more, and I start understanding more and more, and then I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Now how am I going to do it? Like, I'm convinced, now I need to do it.
Yep. Well, let's get ready for stacking some more blocks on this over the next few days. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm actually coming off of a little lumbar strain, and like I'm ready to get, because things were going really good before I strained my back. Like I'm getting to like, okay, I'm almost, like for me a base is a 500 bench raw, like a 700 raw squat, 700 deadlift. That's like, okay, now I can really start building. And I was getting close to that until I strained my back. And I'm like, fuck, I need my back healed so I can get that. Like, I just want to get that so I feel like I have this base.
Oh, we're going to get that.
And then now it's like with all this on top of it, I'm like, God, I got to get my back solid, man, so I can like just start over, basically.
We're going to do that.
And when I first went to Dave's seminar, like I've never had a problem. I truly believe, I don't know if it's because my grandfather was a DI, but I truly believe in that whole, if you're going to change. Like, break it down to nothing and then build back up. Yeah. And when I first went to Dave's seminar, I'm like, I couldn't box squat with an empty bar. And so I went to the gym and I did an empty bar. And I mean, I was doing 545 for 5 sets of 5, Olympic style, ass to floor, no belt. And so I'm in the gym and our main power rack was like right where everybody walks in. And after about 20 minutes, I go, just keep walking.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Sick of everyone asking me off an injury. Just go. Like, because I knew they wouldn't even understand. Like, what's wrong with you? Just shut up. Go. I'm done telling people. And because I got to start over. And I don't think I'm at that point now. But there's definitely, I'm going to be like, dude, if I can't get this, then I'm not going up today. I'll do 9,000 reps like this because I need to get this.
That dedication and consistency. I mean, that's why you got to where you were. So
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again, Chad.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
you.
If you want to maximize your strength and the longevity of your athletic career, or just support the production of further content, click on this video to the link to our store to check out our full line of products.